Hi everyone. Hey, today is Readiness Day 8, and this is Paul with Freight Connect. And a little dark. I need more lighting. I need to get better lighting. So today was the yesterday I had a rest day. Today was to be the next day that I get back at it. And I was going to go out this evening. I know it sounds like I'm about to give an excuse, but I own it. I own that I didn't get out there and do my workout. Today was a little busy. I really didn't even, I didn't sleep too much last night. I was working, doing some work. And then I had a meeting with an insurance company today, or insurance agency today. And that went really well. And so I was rushing to put things together for that meeting. And when I was done with that, I visited another insurance. Actually, I visited State Farm after that to talk to them and just get some insight. And then I came back here and got to work, and the day just kind of went by. And I thought, you know what, I need to do a workout. And by that time, it might have been close to 7. Right now it's almost 7:30. And so I go walking to the door, open the door, step outside, and thought, it's not as warm as it was earlier today. So I checked out the temperature. It said 30 degrees. I was not interested in going out to do a workout in 30 degree weather with the temperature declining. So I was just going to stay here and do a workout. And I decided, man, I'm just not motivated. And more than anything, it's about what I talked about yesterday. I'm really, really exhausted. So I'm going to go ahead and do the right thing, turn in early, and work to get some rest and really hit it hard tomorrow. Got a good plan. Like I said, got some things done, and I'm really excited about what I've gotten done. But I did go to an insurance agency. I went to State Farm. They had a big life-size poster of Jake right there at the door. Scared the heck out of me. Honestly, it felt like Halloween walking in. They had candy in a bowl, and they had potato chips, and they had bottled water, and they had all this stuff that you could take. And then they had a little monkey, stuffed monkey with the Chiefs outfit on, sitting there off to the side. And then there was a dog that came walking from the back. And it was really cool. They were really friendly. I really enjoyed my time there. But, I just went in and I wanted to talk to them about trucking. And he told me that State Farm, and you guys might know this, and I don't know if carriers go through State Farm for insurance. I mean, I guess you could, but State Farm does not offer, commercial insurance for trucks for over the road. They got out of that, I think he said maybe 5 years ago, but it was basically there were more payouts than money coming in. And obviously, the expense to a carrier can be pretty high. Talking to the other insurance agent, he told me that there's a guy, he's trying to get coverage, I think, for his box trucks. And this is his second year. He's up for renewal. It's his first year. And I don't know what it was originally, but he's at $300,000 for 3 box trucks. And I didn't pay attention to all the issues that he's had, but it basically, the individual, got into this business not knowing what he was getting into. And so when you allow certain things to happen and then it catches up with you, you're unpleasantly surprised as what it results into. And so he's been in the business for about a year, and something happened. I don't know what it was, but 300,000, that sounded like a lot to me. So that's basically 100,000 per truck. It's a lot of money. So you break that down, what is that? 10,000 a month, roughly, about that a month, $8,000 to $10,000 a month. So, at any rate, you've got this thing that I'm hearing, and it's probably been going on for a while. A lot of companies are pushing away from writing trucks. Um, there are ones that will do it, of course. There's Progressive, um, and what's the other one? Geico, Gecko, Gecko. And I think there was one other one that was mentioned, but insurance is, I mean, when you get to learn about insurance, which is not hard to understand what insurance is all about. Um, but I always say, when you're on the other side, you start to see things, you start to understand some things, whether it's right or wrong. It clears your mind of, what they're doing, whether what they're doing is right or wrong. At least you know, you know, and that allows you to make better decisions. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I've heard, you guys tell me that insurance is just ridiculous. That's one of the highest expenses um, that you have to pay. And there are some people out there. I mean, I don't know why this guy would want to stay in the business. He said this guy's been calling, and searching around and trying to find someone to give him the insurance cheaper. And I don't know how you're going to get cheaper than $300,000. Even if you do, it still feels like $300,000. When you go outside and it's 110 degrees, it doesn't matter if if 5 degrees either way, it doesn't matter. 10 degrees either way, it doesn't matter. It's still hot, and that price is still high. Sounds very very high. So unfortunately, I think that is, I'm not going to say typical, because I couldn't say that 100%, but there are a lot of people who will find themselves in that situation, of course. A lot of it is because they just don't know. I heard or read, I'm gonna have to find this, but you guys might know this, but I just found this out, I guess over the past 3 weeks, that a new startup is going to lose, on average, between in the first 12 to 18 months, it's going to lose 50,000 to $150,000. I mean, that goes out many different ways, but that's what the total comes out to. And that can be just lost opportunities, you know and then and actually paying too much for some things, and actually missing out because they are new authority, and just different there's different ways that that total comes about. But I mean, again, with any business that you start, you're not going to know everything. There's no question about that. But it just seems like a lot of people couldn't know more than they do prior to saying, all right, this is what I'm going to do. That I'm gonna get my authority. you know but everyone does what they do, and and that's not for anybody to say whether they should get into trucking or not, right? But I think education definitely is a big key. I mean, I learn every day. There's lots of things I learn every day. Things I don't want to learn, I learn. But I think that that's the key. So education is the key, and consistency is the key. So I should have gotten made sure it was on my calendar. Yeah, my day just didn't start right. It didn't even start, to be honest with you. Like I said, I really didn't sleep last night. I was working, and the time just went by, and so the day never really started. It just came. At least for me, it just showed up, and I was in it. And so we're going to change that, and we're going to be ready for it tomorrow. And I feel really good, though, and I'm excited. Body feels pretty good. Mind feels pretty good. It's exhausted, but we're going to make this happen. All right. So appreciate you all. Have a good Wednesday night, and be careful out there on Thursday. All right, take care. God bless.